I want to take just a couple of moments and walk you through, at a logistical and a logical level, what this process is designed to accomplish. So again, going back to thinking about those first few days after a spouse is lost, there's so many decisions, perhaps hundreds of decisions that need to be made. And I'm not trying to be morbid or dark or anything, but one set of those decisions is, what does the funeral look like? What does whether you call it a funeral, a celebration of life, or whatever. And so I realized that if I could take that burden off of my wife and at least express in writing what I wanted that to look like, maybe that would help her, right? And so I went through in a very calm, logical process, thinking through, who do I want to speak and what do I want them to say? What are those favorite songs and hymns that I have had over the course of my life that I would want to be played? What message would I want to be shared with my family and friends and loved ones who might want to gather to celebrate, my life, if you will, right? So just from a logical head standpoint, I sat down in a very calm way and was able to put that all in a process, all in a documented means, so that, now, hey, you know what? I'm not going to be here to argue with her if she chooses not to, but at least now she knows step by step what I wanted or what I preferred for my celebration of life, right? Well, the other thing that really hit me was, okay, all this difficulty that's going to be going on, I wanted to put in place what I call a support team. And so if you happen to have interest in going through this process, one of the first things, absolutely essential in my mind, is to put together a support team for your spouse. And so I have talked to 6 individuals who my wife and I both know closely, and I have sat down and walked through this entire game plan with them, and they have all 6 committed to standing in that gap with my wife should something happen to me. That they will be here to make phone calls for her, they will be here to send letters on her behalf, talk to experts, talk to banks, whoever, whatever needs to be done. These are trusted advisors. Another essential, I can't overstate this, and that is having everything in one place. I've talked to dozens and dozens of couples now, and financial advisors and attorneys who specialize in estate planning and all these things. And all these people that I've talked to, well, I shouldn't say all, most of them have most of this stuff identified. But what I've discovered is I've yet to talk to a single family that has it all in one place. So having all of the bills, all the accounts, the websites, the usernames, the passwords, everything for all of our financial information, all of our vendors, everything from our utilities to our bank accounts, credit cards accounts, insurance policies, everything, all in one section of this process. So now, literally, my wife can see it all right there, and she knows every website, every username, every password, and it's all in one place. One other thing that I would tell you is an absolute essential, and this may sound like really interesting or strange, but my wife has just been so glad I've done this. I have walked around the house with my camera, with my video on, and I've walked her through everything I can think of how to maintain our home. I would literally walk into the mechanical room and I show her what the fuse box is. And I'm not trying to be like sexist or anything like that. She's just never done that stuff, right? And so I helped her understand in that video, here's where all the switches are, here's where all the power is connected. Honey, if you need to shut off the water main, if there's water, flooding or something in the house, how do you shut off the water main? So you know what? I filmed a short video. Here's our water main, here's how you turn it off, and it'll shut off all the water. Hey, here's the salt that we put in the water softener. Here's the furnace filters and all that. And links, here's how you order them. Here's how you have them delivered. Here's how much pressure goes in the tires in the car. I mean, I could go on and on and on. And it's been so cool because I now have created a video channel where all these videos are right there, where all she has to do is go in and link. And I know in the next video we're going to talk about the emotional part of this, but she has communicated to me what that would mean for her, that if I wasn't there physically, that I would be there in video to still be loving her, to still be nurturing her, to still be caring for her from the other side of eternity. Here's what's funny. In this process, I've learned so much about what my wife does on her side of our marriage. And I'm like, I didn't know you did that. I guess I just thought it got done through fairy dust or something, right? But she takes care of so many things that I didn't know about or I hadn't thought about. And so we've exchanged those conversations. So those are some of the essentials of applying your logic, applying your head, getting the work done to get through this transition period.